So, you think you know World of Tanks? Maybe you have played 1,000 battles. Maybe you unlocked the Tier X. Maybe you even remembered the old garage. But beneath the surface of World of Tanks lies years of forgotten features, strange bugs, hidden mechanics, and even mysteries that players still argue about today. Today we're diving deep into the World of Tanks Iceberg. Each level gets stranger than the last. And by the end of this video, you'll probably learn something you never know even existed. So let's start with something almost every World of Tanks player has even heard about at least once. Gold ammo. If you're a new player, the name probably doesn't make such sense anymore. After all, you don't actually buy it with gold. But when World of Tanks was first released, that's exactly how it worked. Premium ammunition could only be purchased using game's premium currency, making it one of the biggest pay-to-win complaints in the game's history. Eventually, Wargaming changed the system, allowing players to buy the exact same shell using the credits only. But that topic is pretty well known. The next one is coming that every experienced player uses, but almost nobody thinks about. Weak spots. If you ever bounced a shot that looked perfect, you've probably learned this lesson the hard way. Armor and World of Tanks isn't just about thickness. Almost every tank has weak points, small areas designed to be penetrated. Commander's cupolas, machine gun ports, lower plates. These tiny sections completely change how a tank is played. That's why a heavy tank that looks completely invincible can suddenly become one of the easiest vehicles to destroy. Learning weak points is one of the biggest skill gaps between new players and veterans. Now let's talk about one of the most important mechanics in the game, Sixth Sense. This tiny light bulb tells you when the enemy has spotted your tank. And trust me, if you're driving around without paying attention to it, you're probably getting yourself destroyed without even realizing why. Experienced players instantly react when the icon appears. They stop peeking, they reverse, or they get into cover before enemy artillery and tank destroyers have a chance to fire. It sounds simple, but mastering this one mechanic alone can massively improve your survival rate. Now we're getting into the part of the iceberg where new players are getting lost. These aren't hidden mechanics anymore, they're pieces of World of Tanks history. If you started playing in the last few years, you've never experienced them yourself, but older players still talk about them when the game's biggest controversies come up. These entries are about updates that almost changed the game forever. Let's dive into the mid layers of World of Tanks Iceberg. The Rubicon update. Back in 2016, Wargaming announced what was supposed to be one of the biggest updates in World of Tanks history. Update 9.20, better known by its codename Rubicon. Wargaming planned to introduce new vehicle mechanics, a completely new branch of tank destroyers, historical crews, several other gameplay systems all at once. The problem? Players hated almost everything they saw. Many felt the update was trying to change too much, too quickly. Some of the new mechanics seemed unnecessary, while others looked like they would make balancing even more difficult. Instead of pushing the update live, they cancelled most of it before its release. Only a handful of features eventually made it into the game, while the majority of Rubicon was quietly abandoned. Many veteran players see Rubicon as one of the closest moments World of Tanks came to a completely identity crisis. Now, we're going to something deeper. The Type 59 incident. If you ever heard someone call a tank rare, chances are they were talking about the Type 59. Released in 2011, the Chinese Tier 8 premium medium tank quickly became one of the strongest vehicles in the entire game. A reliable gun, good mobility, and most importantly, it earned massively amount of credits. It became so popular that the matchmaking was flooded with Type 59s. Entire teams couldn't consist almost entirely of the single premium tank. Eventually, Wargaming decided this was enough. They removed it from the premium shop entirely. Overnight, T-59 became one of the rarest tanks in the game. For years, owning one became a status symbol. New players couldn't simply buy it,